let's say you're going to use the um, group creator. So I'm going to go to, that's in the teaching screen area here, group picker. Now, in order for group picker to work, it makes the groups based on whatever class you have up here at the time. So I've got a couple fake classes up here. If To create your own classes, you have to go to students. Right now, these are 7R. If I go to 6V, these are 6V, and so on. So you go to the class that you're teaching, and when you go there, like I change it to like 6V, and if I go back, then it's here. I don't have to keep going in there. They'll be there for the class. My next class comes in. I just have to change it up here. I don't have to go into the students. I just have to go to here and change it. So if I go to students, though, you can delete this whole class. So you don't want these classes, just press delete, and it'll delete all the ones in 7R. And so you'd have to do that for each of the classes here. So I'm going to cancel. Let me delete the 7J one, so there's not very many there. So delete this class, delete, so they're gone. If I want to start a new class, I press start new class, and I put in the new class code. So the class code is, say you're teaching like 7 Henderson, put 7H, and put submit. Oh, continue. Do it again. Sorry, start class. Happened there. So I'm going to delete this extra thing. So let's put, let's say it was Jim and S. You can just put the S, just the first initial and the last name, because it's just for the when they put in groups. If there's 2 Jims, you'll know which Jim is the Jim in each group. So that's why I put the just the first initial. Jim, Tim. I see how this is spreading across. I'll fix that later. And let's say Sue um, L. Um, Ahmed K. And then Greg T. A lot of boys here. Jane and Doe. Let's just stop there. Okay, so I've got the classes. Now, you can press this to normally to kind of create these these avoidances. And what that means is, if I have a couple students that I know don't get along well together, either they don't get along well, or when they are together, they don't work well in a group, I can go to that student, like say Jim. Say Jim doesn't work well with um, somebody. Just actually, sometimes this needs to be kind of reset. So I'm just going to go here, click outside of it. I can even go to a different class and then come back to this class. And I'm going to delete this first empty one here, what that is. So let's say we go to Jim again. The students in the class will come up there. So if see how that was only Jim was coming up earlier, sometimes it just needs to be out of that and come back in to kind of refresh it from when you were creating it. It's kind of like still in create mode. So I go Jim, and let's say Jim doesn't get along with Greg, sorry. Um, you can do up to 3. Just keep it minimal. Like you shouldn't have that many students that have that many big problems with each other. So I would say just that, and maybe I'll just do Ahmed doesn't get along well with Greg either, or as well. Okay, and so then when I am all done, I go back here. It's on 7H. If I do group picker, make groups. There's not many students in that, so I'm just going to go 4 groups. And it makes up 4 groups with that many students. Now, if I tried to, how there was a couple, I'm going to make it only 2 groups, and how it might be harder to find the 2 groups. It'll take a little longer. It tries and tries different ways. If it can't come up, say there's 3, I'm only having 2 groups, but I have 3 students that can't be together. Then if I just press proceed, it says there's some conflicts. I just press proceed, it'll automatically just create the best it can. But there might be 2 students that are together that you didn't really want together. Or I can do manually where I can change them. So I'm just going to do proceed first. And um, there they are. Okay, but if I did group checker, sometimes if I make these groups again, I'll go 3. Sometimes it'll actually, or it actually made it that time. Sometimes it can, if it goes enough times, I only make it try, I think like 10 to 12 times. And so I could make it do more, and then it might come up with the actual a combination. So sometimes if a combination didn't work, like I tried 3 a second ago, try 3 again, it's working. So it's found a way to make it work there now, but let's do 3 again. It's still going to find ways now. But if I go to 2, maybe it was 2 that was the problem before. I went 2. Okay, so it's got conflicts. I can do manually. And it's just going to say to edit the group. It's in edit. So basically what this says is this person here has a conflict with someone. So I think it's Greg T. So I could, but he's also got probably a conflict with someone over here. And you just have to know your class and say, no, you know what? Greg T, he really doesn't get along with Greg T. So I'm going to put him over here. So I'm just going to change this to group 2 and then just tap outside here. Now he's in group 2. And then I'm going to put Jane over there in group 1. And so then that's how to do it manually if you want to do that. You can save the groups. Save this group. I'm going to call it, it's automatically going to put 7/8. So I'm just going to call it speech or something. I don't know. Say they're working on some kind of speech. And then save. There, I'm done. So in the future, if I go to Group Picker, you see here there's make groups, but there's also get saved groups. So if I go get save groups, I can choose, there'll be a list here will come up. There's only one right now, so it'll be, I choose that. You'll notice they're in blue. The blue ones are the save ones. And I can delete this group if I don't want it anymore, when I'm done with it. And that's about it for groups.